Good evening. Hey Hannah, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty well. You're not gonna stick around for part of the cast? I think you should. Okay, again, we are back with RGL Newcomer 6s. In this case, we are now in week 6, so we are getting very, very close to the end. As you can see here, week 6 is clearly on Metalworks. We have Zed versus the Bad Touch. This one really snuck up on me. I've actually been playing quite a bit of Minecraft recently. So, yeah, I was busy, and yeah, that's just my bad. Okay, so in terms of how these teams are doing, Zed is at 3-2, so they're an overall positive win rate. They are currently sitting in position number 10, with the Bad Touch being a little bit behind them in number 13. Zed, they've been doing pretty well so far, but then again, the Bad Touch has as well, although just because of the standings, I'm going to predict that Zed's going to take this. But we're getting underway here. I am not prepared for this at all. I don't even know the rosters. I've literally done no preparation for this at all. Looks like... So, we got Zed on blue, we got Bad Touch on red. We're following Nico to mid here. Getting some early spam on. It looks like Bad Touch is a little bit slower to mid here as Zed is quickly taking up high ground. A nice bomb coming in from both of the soldiers from Bad Touch, along with some support from their demo. And it looks like this mid is going to be over before it even started for Zed. But it looks like hopefully they might be able to get some salvage plays. Oh, and K-Dub's just barely surviving at 16 HP. Mid-fight has not yet concluded. No team has even gotten any cap time whatsoever. Spookly, I appreciate that. Baka coming back up. Both teams are now going to be getting their spawners, and it looks like Red, or in this case Bad Touch, has decided to give up mid here and fall back and hold second. Mailman just setting up some sticky traps here to try and stuff any advances from the enemy team. Fortio looking like he's going to go in through a bomb here through this right side alley. Although Baka is there, so he is going to get spotted out. Now the Soldier of Fizzy is there as well, so it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get anything. An Uber coming in from Bad Touch. Not a whole lot happening other than two of the players from Bad Touch going down, although they do get some picks onto Zed as well. K-Dub's in a really bad spot there, sandwiched between two scouts, and Bad Touch is going to be able to take mid here off of that Uber push there. They did also get K-Dub, so they're going to be at a slight Uber advantage, although their medic did die. Their medic died a little bit earlier, so they are going to have that slight Uber advantage. Pirate Fish just barely making it out alive by the skin of his teeth. Again, teams just getting their spawners back in. It looks like Nico's having some issues being, well, facing at a wall, switching some weapons. That is indeed a very nice wall. Okay, so it looks like Bad Touch is backed out of lobby here. They're just on mid. They do have about a 15% Uber advantage, although that's next to nothing considering how these usually play out. One of the soldiers, that being Fizzy, trying to get in through alley here, but he does get stuffed as the rest of Bad Touch rotates over that direction to kind of cut him off. Pirate Fish trying to see if he can't see anything through that left side alley. Not a whole lot happening here. Ubers are equalizing, although a big bomb coming in from Fortio, and he is going to get K-Dubs and drop that Uber. 99%, and he gets the bookmark. That is a clip for the frag movie. That's going to put Bad Touch in a really good position. They didn't have to use to get in onto second off of that. And excuse me, Zed just getting some of their spawners up now, Bad Touch is probably going to be able to roll into last with this Uber and hopefully take the round right here. Although Baka, bring out the sniper. This could be huge if he's able to get the pick. Oh, and he just narrowly misses the shot. Just not quite fast enough to react. Although he does get the headshot onto the soldier, bringing him down, again, very low to about 20 HP. Spam being exchanged by the soldiers on the left side there. Nothing really stemming from it, as it's just meaningless spam, just trying to deny heals. Okay, and it looks like Bad Touch is going to actually be going in here. They could have probably went in a little bit earlier, as long as K-Dubs can stay alive here, they are going to get Uber, and they do get Uber and use, although it doesn't look like they have the manpower to hold off this 6 players for Bad Touch. Very well done by Bad Touch, not dropping a single player in that push with that Uber. Very impressive. So as we roll out to mid here, how are y'all doing tonight? How has your week been so far, your weekend, that sort of thing? Have you been? US Mailman getting here to mid just a little bit faster than Nico, taking up the aggressive positioning. Pancake looking like he's trying to get in for a bomb. He does get a nice little air shot onto one of the soldiers of Zed. And it looks like Zed is probably losing this. Bad Touch hasn't lost a single player, and 3 of the players on Zed are under 100 HP. A soldier from Zed coming in, and K-Dubs is just going to get out. Zoe going down, and Baka and K-Dubs just trying to get out and live. Preserve that Uber so that they're actually able to hold second here, or at the very least hold last with it. Because it looks like they are going to be giving up second here and just go straight to last off that kind of slaughter of a mid-fight. Stage Trap's going out. Does get quite a bit of damage, but doesn't actually kill anybody. Pancake being very low HP, trying, hopefully probably get healed up. Baka's on the engineer right now. They do have that sentry gun on the right side here. It's in a fairly decent spot. From the looks of it, the only place it can really be spammed out by is this door over here. But Fizzy is there on that little roof denying that doorway. So the sentry gun is very safe right now. Fortune going in onto the crate. He's getting a lot of damage and not really taking much himself, but he does end up going down by a soldier. Again, not a whole lot happening here. We do have an even Uber situation. So typically, we're probably going to want to see a bomb coming in from Bad Touch. Probably Fortune again, as it appears he is the roamer for their team. If he can get in onto the medic and force that Uber, that'll be very powerful for them, especially if he can actually live from it. Otherwise, it's going to be Bad Touch Ubering into them, and then by that, they're going to have the worst Uber. But Fortune going in, not actually being able to get anything, that's just going to go down a player. Now they really can't push here. They are up around, so they don't really have to worry about anything too much. Fountain Man getting down very low to 4 HP, just narrowly escaping, again, by the skin of his teeth. Fizzy still on the roof, denying that left side. Left or right, depending on which way you're looking, so that Bad Touch can't easily spam out that sentry gun. Bad Touch is probably going to want to try to send in another sack here. Maybe go for a sack and then pull out a sniper or something. Looks like Fortune is trying to set up, but Fizzy is really denying him well there. The gun has now been moved up into a slightly more, I guess you could call that aggressive, but also defensive position, as it is completely watching the point now, which is going to be very good for them, although the gun is probably still going to go down fairly soon, although in this case, it's not going to be quite enough, and K-Dubs does get forced. This is exactly what the Bad Touch wants here. Because then they're just going to be able to use right back in and hopefully wipe out the players of Zed. Fizzy getting a little bit aggressive with such low health. Pirate Fish maybe going to try and clean him up, but it looks like they're just waiting for Fort Yone here. Or not Fort Yone, their other soldier, Pancake. And it looks like they are using in here. Nico bombing in, getting flash, and the stickies, the pills, everything, they're getting the damage they need. And it looks like they're going to be coming out of this on fight. 3 picks, 4 picks, just 2 more players, and they got this. And they don't even need to kill the last one, and they get the round. Bad Touch definitely showing me that my prediction was almost completely wrong, as they're showing to be a very dominant team in this matchup. Fort Yone getting in onto K-Dubs. Is he going to get the pick? One more rocket. But it looks like that was enough of a distraction for the rest of the players of Bad Touch to kind of come in and surround Zed and just take them down or bring them low enough that they have to back out and give up mid here. And it looks like Bad Touch is not just giving up mid, but they're backing out all the way to last. That's the second mid in a row that they've just completely lost second off of it. I don't even have water. This is turning out to be a huge mess. Okay, Bad Touch is just getting into lobby here with their spawners, it looks like, from the mid-fight. They do have Uber. K-Dubs does as well, so again, they're probably going to be wanting to try and get a sack in and either drop or force that Uber before they decide to use in. That's what will give them the advantage in this fight. If they just... Was that a... Fizzy in a really crazy spot right now, going for one hell of a crazy flank. Is he go... If he... Oh, and he steps on the point, but the players aren't turning around! And he turns around for the scout instead of going for the medic that was right in front of him! That could have been so good! But unfortunately, he just didn't quite play his cards right. Definitely not a bad play, though. In that situation, they're not pushing in. You're not leaving your team a player down. And if you can get in and get that pick, that will be huge for your team in the next upcoming fight. Especially if you get the Uber drop. Baka on Sniper again. Let's see if he has any better luck this time. Just barely missing out on the scout. Let's see if he can get a shot onto the medic, but it looks like there's already a player on cap. Soldier did go down, go in. He does get cleaned up by a body shot from Baka. It looks like the Uber's going to be coming in this left side here. K-Dubs, again, does have his Uber as well. It does now get used here. So I'm thinking Zed is probably going to take this as Bad Touch is backing out, but Zed is down 3 players. It's just the medic, that being Zix in right now. What are you doing, Zix, my friend? Get out of there! And he does go down. This fight does go in the favor of Zed because of that slight Uber advantage. Not advantage, but with the post-Uber situation, them having the slightly better Uber, and they do get second off of that as well. Pancake just trying to kind of salvage here, just trying to equalize a little bit, maybe get a pick, and stop the momentum that Zed has had going right now from last. Bad Touch is not even holding lobby at this point. They're holding really passively here because they know they're at quite a big disadvantage. When you're at a big Uber disadvantage and you know it, you definitely want to play passively and make sure you keep your medic in a position that if the enemy team uses, he is guaranteed to be able to get out and save whatever Uber he has so that you come out of that situation with the advantage. Looks like we have a little bit of server lag here. Pause, baby. I'm thinking it was probably a pause. Well, if it was a pause, I wouldn't be able to move around, would I? What is going on here? I'm not actually sure here. Okay, so it seems like somebody's ping spiked, so they pause for a little bit here. I guess that gives us kind of an opportunity to talk about what's going on right now. Obviously, this is Newcomer, so you can't expect teams to be perfect, but the Bad Touch is definitely showing to be a very competent team. Obviously, they are currently in playoff position. They are currently holding a playoff spot. And with us being in Week 6, we are getting very, very close to these teams actually going to the playoffs and very close to getting to the end of the season. But let's just talk about positioning here. So the Bad Touch is definitely... They're playing this well. Neither team is down any players. It looks like Zed is trying to go in through lower lobby here. But, oh, and we're done. But yeah, as I was saying, the Bad Touch was positioned very well there. They had a medic in a fairly good defensive position that allows them to get out, like they do right now as soon as that Uber gets used. They have soldiers up here to deny space, and they have their players kind of spread out. While Zed, on the other hand, they all tried to funnel through this door. And the Bad Touch now using their Uber again, and looks like they are just going to hold mid off of this. So funny, players sliding around. Pancake going in for a little bit of a bomb onto nothing. Definitely showing his left-handed wall jumps, though. Bad Touch trying to build some Uber here, as they do have about a 30% disadvantage. Although it looks like my HUD is broken now after that pause. Looks like it's still broken. I'm gonna have to retry. Because the Uber no birds aren't updating. Okay, it looks like we are still here in lobby. Oh, and Baka finally getting the shot onto Zix and getting the Uber drop. That's going to be really, really bad for them. Zix giving a little bit of, kind words. K-Dubs' Uber now getting used. Doesn't look like they're going to get a whole lot off of this Uber, other than just securing second and making sure that last can't be capped here. A lot of the players of Bad Touch in lobby right now, maybe looking to see if they can't reaggress after that Uber. Ubers are very even right now, so a little bit of building, keeping the beam on the right people at the right times. That's going to put one team ahead just a little bit, but in the end, it's not going to mean much because people usually pause a little bit before Ubers, especially in Newcomer. Ubers tend to be a little bit delayed. Fortyon on the roof here, just jumping back to the health pack, just trying his best to deny some space. Excuse me. Buck and Fizzy trying to see if they can't see anything through the alley, playing the flank as a good flank combo does. It looks like Bad Touch is going to be shifting their attention over towards this alley and maybe trying to push through it. Fortyon going through lower. Last time he did this, he did get the pick. And unfortunately, it looks like he doesn't. I couldn't see what happened just because I was fumbling with spectators. But I'm going to assume he got air shot. Both teams now at full Uber. Fortune being down or being dead, leaving his team down one player. It's going to make it hard for them to push into second here. But they are just going to be waiting in lobby, waiting for their spawner to get back. Busy Ibaka making some advances into alley, but as soon as the attention of Bad Touch shifts over to them, those players from Zed do back out, and the home run bulb onto Nico, doing like 30 damage worth of bleed. Not a whole lot, but it was still pretty cool. K-Dub's using the medic for Bad Touch counter-popping here. And if Nico was playing his cards right, he would have tried to trap off the entrance into choke there and just trap off the exit of the players. But it doesn't really matter because the rest of his team was able to come in and clean up those players after the Uber faded. Leaving just 2 players for Zed left, and Zix with the medic frag. And gotta farm those logs somehow. Fountain Man in the lobby here. And once again, we see Zed holding last. Mailman setting some spam over towards that left side door. He has stickies on the main shutter, just trying to deny any advances here. But I'm not sure how it's going to work out for them. Fortune going in, he does miss the left-handed jump, but he does get out mostly unscathed. Just get healed up and reset. Maybe try again, or just take the Uber exchange. Although the Uber exchange isn't going to be favorable for them, they did just lose their advantage right now as they're coming in. Both Ubers did appear to get used at roughly the same time. That gun finally goes down. The Uber for Zed just now fading, and it looks like Zed is probably going to come out of this on top, as a lot of the players for Bad Touch are very low health, and that medic getting caught out in a really bad spot once again. And the rest of the players from Bad Touch are probably just going to be cleaned up. K-Dub's damn near dying there to Pirate Fish. One more shot, and that would have been a very nice salvage play. So after that failed last push, it looks like Zed is going to almost get mid off of it for free. They do get blue lobby for free, but Bad Touch is holding mid here. Fizzy down very low. One more rocket is going to take him out. Fountain Man is probably looking to go in, trying to get on Tabaka here. There is a soldier underneath him, I believe, that he has now seen. I'd kind of like to see, oh, an Uber get used? Didn't really get much from it. They only got 1 pick, 2 picks from that. And it does look like they are going to get mid. 3 picks, not too bad for an Uber, but I guess they accomplished what they wanted with it. They did get mid and push Bad Touch back onto their second. Whether that's going to be enough for them to win this round, we'll have to see. This is currently the first half. Bad Touch is up 2-0, and this could be the last round of the first half. One of the players from Zed, Fizzy, in another really cheeky spot. Maybe trying to sit up there, but he is going to get seen by Fortune. But Baka in another, again, very cheeky spot. The Uber does get used here, and it looks like both Ubers are going to get used. Once again, Zed is going to have the better Uber, and it looks like the demo for Zed wasn't really doing his job and trapping off that exit for Zix, and he does manage to get out. But it looks like there is a good possibility of Zed getting second off of this. I mean, we'll have to wait and see exactly what Bad Touch decides to do, but if they've got any brains on them, they'd be backing out to last year. Or at the very least giving up second and trying to contest lobby, which is what they're doing now. But as that second point gets capped, they're just going to back out to last as not get back capped. Zed with about a 8% Uber advantage. Again, that's really not going to mean much. Or pretty even. Fizzy does go down, but Fortune does go down as well to Megan. Fountain Man on the heavy, that's definitely going to give them a lot of more damage sponging and damage output capabilities, a lot more defensive power to hold this last point. Although nobody is on the point, now the medic is Zizo is on in behind them, though, and it looks like he is going to get shot down by the heavy, and they're going to be mostly wiped, except for Fizzy, who is just trying to get out back to his team, getting all the way back out to mid and regroup with the rest of his team that's are now spawning. Fountain Man just going back and switching off. Doesn't look like he's gonna run heavy to mid here. Kind of would have liked to see that, but unfortunately not. Fortune saying no to that rocket. Not happy that it hit his little feet. Looking like maybe he's going to hit his own feet with a rocket and go in, try and get in for a bomb. Bad touch just spread out here really, really nicely. They got enough people to keep their medic trying to build at the fastest rate possible without actually building Uber. They're set up here holding lobby, and they also got players set up in here over in alley. But it's the same thing, same story with Zed. They have their players in a defensive position here, although they don't really need to be so defensive considering they do have even Uber. As long as they keep these players over here in yard or grass, they genuinely could be holding up here in lobby, holding more aggressive with that even Uber. And honestly, they probably should, as to not give up space for free. The Uber does get used from Zed here first. This isn't the way I expected this to go down at all. Uber is finally getting used from the bad touch. One of the soldiers in the back with the escape plan. Hopefully Fizzy is going to get cleaned up by a player from bad touch, but it doesn't look like they've called him out or know he's there. He's just in the back here. Coming up through lobby now. Again, no players are doing anything about him, and he's bombing in, and he's unfortunately not quite able to get onto the medic. One rocket, two rockets, and he doesn't actually hit one and just gets taken out by Fountain Man with some well-placed scattergun shots. Unfortunate, but a missed opportunity there from Fizzy. Fortune looking like he's wanting to try and get in here, and he is going to get a nice bomb onto the medic. One rocket, two rockets, and he does force the Uber, which is going to be just enough, and just enough of what his team needed. If he can survive here, it looks like he might actually live. Being at 30 health, Baka leaves him alive, but he does get taken out. The Uber does come in from bad touch, and they are going to get second off of this. Although Fizzy, again, in behind, the players from Zed are separated. They are spread out drastically here. One soldier coming in from behind. Getting taken out, but he does manage to take out Pirate Fish. Fizzy, two soldiers coming in from behind now. But he gets taken out by a well-placed sticky from Nico. So maybe those players were called out and they did know. And they're going straight on to last year with two players down already. Zed is going to be very hard for them to hold this as Pancake, comes in, bombs onto the point, and hopefully With Fountain Man in behind, another Uber being used by K-Dubs. What a fight, and Zed is somehow able to hold the point. Starting that fight out, 2 players down, and they were still able to hold. That is impressive. But it looks like this is going to be the round here as the next Uber does come in from Zix. And the Bad Touch is going to take the first half 3-0. Definitely not what I expected at all. Server's changing level. But yeah, definitely not what I expected. Yeah, I did not expect to see such a dominant game. Not only was I wrong about my prediction, like, okay, Zed could still come back in this second half and take this. It's possible, but from the way the first half went, I'm not thinking that's what's going to happen. I'm not thinking that's likely, but yeah, that's not what I thought was going to happen at all. Not only was I wrong in my prediction, or as of now, am I wrong in my prediction, it's a much more one-sided game than I would have assumed for 2 teams that are only 3 positions apart going up against each other to have. You still with us, Anna? Ah, you gotta love the 3-minute STV delay. It's just wonderful. Not exactly sure what happened there. But, yeah. Let's see if I can't take a quick look at the logs for that first half. See if anything immediately stands out. Logs. Okay, and it looks like we do have logs. Okay, so in terms of immediate standout players, Zoe coming with the 260 DPM, out-DPMing, out-damaging everyone else in the game. He's definitely doing well. Honestly, this game, again, the logs are not what I expected here. I kind of expected to see a lot more players standing out, but overall, all the players on both teams are fairly even. Couple of med picks. We haven't had all that many, but we've had a few decent drops. Think the game is getting started again soon. Yeah, nothing really notable with the logs. do 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 do. Yeah, Bad Touch is definitely showing to be a very dominant team in this matchup. They're playing very coordinated, playing very well, and apart from a few distinct and kind of isolated incidents or scenarios, they've been positioning themselves very well. Yeah, they've been positioning themselves very well. Zed has definitely been playing well, too. But clearly Bad Touch is the dominant team in this matchup. Or at the very least, they have been so thus far. Again, things could completely turn around for Zed in the second half here. Anything can happen. Looks like we're just waiting on the roamer for Bad Touch right now. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Well, we have a break here. I'm gonna go grab some water. Stay hydrated, gamers. Looks like I am getting back just in the nick of time, as we are getting underway with this fourth round mid here, and it is an all-out brawl around the point. We have players on both sides of the map. Currently, it looks like players have completely swapped sides. The players of Bad Touch on Zed's side and vice versa. Baku coming out of red lobby here and just getting cleaned up, and it was a massacre on this mid here. All the players of Zed getting wiped out, and only 2 players being left standing. Actually, no, 4 players left standing on the side of Bad Touch. A lot of their players just running straight in to second through Valley or Alley. And obviously they are going to get second off of that very dominant mid. And with the Uber situation, unless Baka can hit... Never mind! Ubers are not in favor of bad touch. It looks like Zix died on that mid-fight. And K-Dubs, did die as well, but he had spawners come with him, so they are going to be getting Uber first here, but Zix is not too far behind, so we're going to be on an even Uber situation going into this last tier. Once again, Bad Touch is probably going to want to be sending a sack in to try and either force or drop K-Dubs, or maybe open it up so one of their players can take on another class like Sniper or Spy and try and make a play. And it looks like Fortion is going in, but he doesn't get anything. Does get tons of damage onto both Baka and Fizzy, but unfortunately isn't able to get any picks and just goes down, and that's going to probably force Bad Touch to have to back out of lobby here, as they are currently a man down. They can't really take an Uber push. Baka still on the Sniper in the back of the map here, watching that right side, hoping to maybe catch out a player, maybe a medic, maybe a scout, maybe a demo, but probably the medic is what he's looking for most. If he just waits a little bit, looks over to the right side, he could maybe get on a shot onto Zix before he goes down, but it doesn't look like Zix is going to be showing his face anytime soon. Fortion sending the spam over Fizzy's way. It's looking like we are still kind of stalemated here, but Bad Touch definitely wants to push. And it looks like they're kind of getting ready here as they do send Pancake in, they send Fortion in. Those bombs do kind of fail. Pancake gets in onto K-Dubs. He does get one rocket, and K-Dubs, he has faith in his team. He has faith in his own abilities for surfing, and he doesn't use. And that's going to leave both Fountain Man and Pancake down. That will leave Bad Touch down 2 players, and they will have to give up lobby here and probably give up second as well, or risk dying. Bad Touch still in the fight here. Nico very low is going to get quickly healed up by his medic. Just kind of exchanging some spam, trying to make an opening. Both Ubers do get used at the same time here. Bad Touch is probably going to come out on top here, as Zed is 2 players down already, but we'll have to see. Megan at 58 or 50 HP, K-Dubs at 40. One well-placed rocket could take both of them out at the same time. Mailman going down very low as well. Baka on the Sniper again. Probably, maybe not the time for it, although it doesn't look like Bad Touch is trying to roll into last. Gotta bring that energy. Fortune's trying to exchange some spam with Fizzy here. Fizzy does catch an arrow from his medic, so that's going to keep him in the fight longer. Although he does end up backing out, so that fight isn't going to continue. Megan just jumping around here, trying to get some intel, maybe get some damage, find an opening, and just dropping back to build with his medic. They really need to try and equalize this Uber, as they are at about a 10% disadvantage, but it is just going to equalize, as it looks like Bad Touch is just going to wait that little bit longer. They are currently up 3 rounds. They only need another 2 to win it. Win this week 6 match. Fortion going in is going to get cleaned up after taking a rocket from Zoe. Zoe does go down very, very low as well. But once again, not committing fully, and that failed sack from Fortion or any of the soldiers from Bad Touch is going to kind of stuff that push before it even starts. You can't really come out on top of an Uber exchange when you go into the Uber exchange a man down already. Because Uber exchanges are all about who can keep the most players alive while the Uber is going down. And if you start with players dead, it's going to be very difficult for you to keep more players alive so you can win in that post-Uber. Baka still on the Sniper. Hasn't had a whole lot of luck this matchup, but maybe he can turn that around and get a headshot onto Zix. Does narrowly miss the scout. Is charging up another shot, though. Maybe trying to get that medic. He has gotten 1 drop onto Zix already thus far. Can he get another one? And Fortune going down to Baka with a well-placed headshot. Again, unfortunate for Fortune. That's going to completely stuff that push. Again, until Fortune can come back and they can get their players together and regroup. Pancake also going down. That's going to be a great opportunity for Zed to try and push off of last here, but it doesn't really look like they're going to take it. Very stalemate here. We only have 4 minutes left on the cap time, and then this round ends. Fortune going in for another bomb. It looks like this time he is... No! Unfortunate. Bringing K-Dubs down to about 40 HP. It looks like Bad Touch is going to go in anyway and just try to make something of this. Getting half cap time in on already with the Scout. As long as they can keep players up, they have Fountain Man in on US Mailman, but he does get taken out by Fizzy. Baka trying to get onto the bed, and Bad Touch does go down. What an unfortunate turn of events for Fortune and the rest of Bad Touch. Fortune not been having that luck getting onto the Medicav Soldier, so he's going to try his luck on Spy. Hopefully he'll have some better luck here and maybe able to get a backstab or two onto the medic of Zed being K-Dubs and drop them. And Fortune does get onto Megan. And unfortunately does miss the Ambassador shot, so that's not going to amount to much. Just a Scout pick, especially when K-Dubs was at about 90% Uber when he got that backstab onto the Scout. K-Dubs is now going to be at full Uber. Zix about 20% behind now. So he's going to get Uber very shortly. And we're going to have another even Uber situation coming, very shortly here, probably going down in lobby is where I would assume. Another Hail Mary Bob. This time Nico sees it and dodges it. It doesn't hit. Looks like Bad Touch is going to be coming in through alley. Pancake trying to get in through lobby. The Uber does get used from Zed, and it does also get used from Bad Touch as well. Pirate Fish surfing some stickies going flying, trying to support his other Scout. That Scout being a Megan does go down. And it looks like Bad Touch is going to get second. Pirate Fish is trying to roll in a little bit harder as they are 3 down for Zed. They could hopefully try and roll in and get this cap. There's another 10 seconds before Megan has a respawn. So if they can be faster, they can get in before spawners come up for Zed, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. They're just going to sit here and build instead. Again, Ubers are very, very even here. So once again, we're going to be having another even Uber situation coming into last year. And as we've seen so far this matchup, even Ubers into last have not been going the best for Bad Touch. Sure, they have 3 rounds on the board, but not many of those, if any, have been in even Uber situations going on to last. Even Uber exchanges on to last. A lot of them have been just rolling the momentum, and Fortune going down to nice, well-placed headshot from Baka. But as I was saying, so far in this matchup, we haven't seen a whole lot of even Ubers come into last and result in caps for Bad Touch. A lot of their rounds have been keeping momentum going off of very dominant mid-fights. Pancake going down, and again, they're still not going to be able to push with a man down. They tried it once and it didn't work, so they're not going to try it again. Zoe trying to go in, not really getting anything other than a rocket. Baka maybe trying to relocate a little bit and get a shot. Hopefully, On to 6, opening up a position, or opening up an opportunity for his team to push. Fortnion unfortunately going down again, and Fountain Man going down to Baka. Wait, was that a lock and load I saw? Okay, no, it wasn't. Pirate Fish going down. Mainland just coming back to sticky up the point, and it looks like Bad Touch is going to end up losing second here. Got like a frog in me throat. What a bomb. On to Zix.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
Zed definitely showing that they're not out of the fight yet in the second half. They're definitely gaining some momentum.
We have lost the control point.
One noteworthy thing I've been seeing in this match, and it hasn't really meant the most, but Bad Touch, they've been having a hard time getting their medic to heal somebody as soon as he spawns. It's been consistently 5 seconds or longer from the time he spawns till they actually heal someone.
Is being captured.
Looks like Bad Touch is getting mid here.
We have captured the control point. Alert. Our control point is being captured.
I think that was a nice little air shot.
Alert. The control point is being contested.
And I apologize if my casting is falling apart a little bit right now. With the weather changing, my voice has been kind of giving up on me a little bit. Same with my throat. Pancake in behind, though Megan is periodically going back to check in. I'd like to see him maybe try and get something here. Just sitting in blue lobby trying to look for an opening. He does get spotted, I think, by Megan. In this case, it is Baka, it looks like, going back for him. Spawners are going to be coming up soon. He's going to have to make a move soon. Because right now, all he's doing is just putting his team at a player disadvantage in any fight. You have to move, and you have to try and make that play. Nico goes down. Bad Touch is currently 2 players down in any fight that they go into. And especially when it's your last that's being pushed, you really want to try and be a little bit faster than that. And going down, and it looks like they could actually cap this with it just being Fountain Man left alive. There are going to be a few spawners, but I think Zed is probably just going to try and hold lobby here. K-Dubs coming in here with about a 70% Uber advantage. They are going to use... There is a sentry gun and a heavy for the side of Bad Touch, giving them a pretty good chance of holding this. Uber has faded now. They've managed to keep a lot of their players up, and they are able to hold off that Uber push. K-Dubs being very, very low. And it looks like being at a 75% Uber charge. Bad Touch is going to want to be trying to re-aggress here and aggress back out, not only onto second, but hopefully get mid off that as well. K-Dubs, though, luckily, he did manage to get out, and he was with a scout, so he was healing somebody the whole time. Isn't at too much of a disadvantage, only being at about a 20% disat as the time, or at this very time. So again, it's not going to really amount to much. The Ubers are just going to equalize again. Although the Uber does get used for the side of Bad Touch, and now the Uber comes out for Zed, and the players from Bad Touch are just going to have to try and get out with their lives. Pirate Fish going down, being funneled into the rest of Zed by K-Dubs and the scout he was with. Definitely well played from them. Although K-Dubs is alone fighting Fordion right now. Fordion takes out Mailman, and K-Dubs is all alone here, and he's still engaging in the fight. Where is his team? Although getting a nice arrow onto Fordion, who then ends up killing himself with a rocket, is going to keep him alive. Yeah. Not a whole lot happening here. Ubers are going to be equalized, and unless Zed is able to change the tides of how these Uber exchanges, even Uber exchanges on last have been going, Bad Touch is probably going to be able to hold this here. Both Ubers do get used at roughly the same time. Bad Touch is going to be having the slightly better Uber, though. A lot of people dying, taking some damage, and Zed is going to manage to get the cap somehow. Zed is definitely showing that they are not out of this game quite yet. Bad Touch is currently up 3-1, though. They only need 2 more rounds, and they will have taken this Week 6 matchup. Baka getting an early bulb onto Fountain, man. That's going to keep him out of the fight. Fizzy just trying to come in, support his medic here. Fordion again trying to do the same, but also trying to aggress and take out, get some spam onto those players of Zed that are very grouped up. Pancake at 13 HP. Megan takes out Nico, and it looks like Zed is going to get this first mid fight. Or not this first mid fight, but get this mid fight on the second round of the second half. This has been, honestly, kind of a back and forth match if you look at the time. Bad Touch was definitely more dominant in the first half than they're appearing to be now. Zed is definitely trying to come back and try and gain some of their momentum back that they never really had to begin with. They're trying to just, I guess, make their own momentum in this second half here, trying their hardest, trying their darndest to not lose out in this map. Megan going down to Pirate Fish, Fizzy going, or taking out Fountain Man, Pancake and Fordion taking out K-Dubs and Zoe repeatedly, and that's the medic of Zed down. And Bad Touch is going to get mid and maybe even second off of this if they're fast enough. Looks like they are leaving Pirate Fish back to cap and sending everybody forward to mid. Nico leading the charge onto mid, getting an early sticky detonation onto Megan as Fortune comes in from alley. That isn't where they spawn, but I guess it's good habit. And now, Bad Touch, I guess people could have came out of there. But now Bad Touch is back on to last once again. They do have quite a big Uber advantage here. This is an Uber advantage that if they're able to keep players up, and as long as they're able to keep players healthy, they will be able to go in as soon as they get this Uber and have a very good chance of getting the point. And it looks like that is what they're going to be doing through this right side here. Although Baka on the sniper could try and maybe get something. But Bad Touch is stalling here, and that just gave Zed an opportunity to get Uber, losing a 15-second Uber advantage. That's all the time you need to push a last point and cap, and they lost. They lost out their advantage because they stalled. They stalled out. You still see that sniper dot from Baka on that shutter there. Pancake getting a kill. That could open it up. They need to just go. They do see the sniper dot though, so they're just going to be hesitant of where they're actually pushing out, but they're just giving time to Zed to get their spawners back up. One thing I'm seeing from Bad Touch here is they definitely need to be a little bit more decisive about when to push. Fortune does go in, but he's not really going to get anything other than using that Uber. Now, Bad Touch, instead of backing out, they need to know that they have that Uber and just aggress as Zed's Uber fades. Because backing out, they're just giving up space. Space that they've had gotten for free and can keep for free because they have an Uber charge. Although it looks like they probably are going to be getting the point here. Oh, it's going to be close. And they do get it. Oh, Beta, I feel for you. Oh. You still got 2 more weeks to get it back up, Beta. And it looks like Bad Touch is going to be trying to play this mid here through lower lobby, and it's not really going to work out for them, as they're just getting pushed back into lobby. A lot of the players going down, but they're still able to get some of the picks and equalize numbers, but no, Zoe comes in from behind along with Baka, and they do get wiped here. Zed definitely showing that they are not finished yet. Quite a display there from Zed on that mid-fight. You know, even though Bad Touch was more dominant in the first half by the score, this is definitely proving to be a very even match. Although Bad Touch is currently on match point right now. Zed is coming into last with an Uber, although with the Sentry Gun and the Heavy, it's probably not going to amount to much. Zix did die, however, so it looks like with the players being very low, Mailman coming in, K-Dubs, it's all up to him, and he gets the frag onto Nico to take that round. Score, I believe, is currently 4-2, and Zed is definitely showing to be getting some of their momentum back. If they can come back and take this, that would be quite the sight to behold. US Mailman again coming out at the top of lobby. Nico coming out lower lobby. Doing a couple of good pills onto US Mailman, taking him down. And that's probably going to be the mid-fight right there, done and dusted. K-Dubs and Megan do get out though, so they're going to be able to preserve that Uber advantage. And especially since Zix did die, this could be really bad for the bad touch coming in onto second here. And again, 7 seconds before healing anybody when spawning, they're losing out on some a few precious Uber advantage here. Or not Uber advantage, but Uber percentages. Pancake trading with Zoe. And the Uber does get used from Zed. Nico's just trying to trap, get out, protect his medic. It looks like it is going to work. His efforts are going to be successful. Could maybe catch this demo man out here, but Mailman is going to be able to get out alive. Few whiff shots coming out here from all those 3 players involved, but Baka finally getting the kill on Fountain Man in the end, being able to end that 2v1 fight. Again, Ubers are equalizing right now. Once again, with the bad touch, losing a 15-second Uber advantage. That is huge, and something they should probably want, or they'll probably want to work on in their scrims leading up to week 7 and 8, and especially leading into the playoffs if they're able to keep that playoff spot. Fizzy going down, and with all the players for bad touch going down, as long as Zed is fast enough, and with Zoe being on last already, it looks like that's going to be the round there. Score is now 4-3. Zed definitely coming back and putting on quite the fight here, showing they are not out of it just yet. Maybe my prediction will be correct in the end. Playing this mid really aggressively, coming up on the craze for the right side, being able to get their players in, and just completely deny space for the bad touch. And the bad touch isn't even really able to contest mid at all, with how fast and how hard Zed is coming in to mid. Not only are they into mid, they're on to second here. Fizzy does go down, but getting on to second that quickly in that low health probably isn't going to be beneficial. And what is K-Dubs doing? You have no players. You're 2 men up and you're using in? You're just throwing away your lives there. And even though Zix from Bad Touch did use last, they are going to be coming out of this with probably about a 20% Uber advantage. Looks like the half ran out. I've never actually seen time run out on a half before. Ever. I've never seen game time run out. And it looks like that is going to be the match there. I believe the bad touch did take the map 4-3, and that is being confirmed by Zix. Wow. Unfortunately for Zed, they weren't able to get the last round they needed quite fast enough, that last round there, in order to take it in to Golden Cap. But still, Zed definitely putting an insanely good fight on, coming back there in that second half and getting 3 rounds. Definitely impressive. doesn't look like... Oh, hold on. Just as I say that. Why do I have two windows open? Okay, so... we are going to actually have a post-game with players from both teams. Just gotta get here, do that. Well, congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You definitely put on a very good display that first half. What do you think happened in the second half, losing 3 rounds and almost losing the match?
Monkey brain comms.
Monkey brain comes.
Yeah, we started cluttering them, and then like them holding W into us like worked.
Yeah.
It was like those last 10. There was like 20 minutes where there wasn't like a match win or a round win, and then like 10 minutes it just went.
Yeah. I mean, you guys did still manage to take it out, or get the win in the end. And from the looks of chat, it seems you guys have found a new scrim partner as well.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Well, that's always a good thing. You guys definitely put on a good show. Do you have anything that stands out? Anything that's kind of screaming at you that you could have done better?
Probably
I think the big thing to note here is that in the second half, their medic out-fragged me, which is just appalling.
Exactly. Zig's always frag. Come on, man. You dropped
It hurts
the ball
my
there.
ego.
Well, congratulations on your win tonight. Good luck in weeks 7 and 8. I hope to see you guys in the playoffs. Other than that, have a great night.
Thank you so much for the streaming. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for allowing me to cast the match.
Yeah,
Oh,
no
yeah.
problem.
Thanks.
Have a great one.
Anytime.
Okay, that was the bad touch. We also have one with Zed as well. So getting into Zed here. How do you guys feel about that match?
Welcome. I felt like we could have won. We if we had started stronger, we definitely could have won that. But by the end, we started pulling it together, which is nice.
Yeah, that was definitely
To end
kind of
strong.
an insane display in that last half. Getting 3 rounds that quickly and narrowly taking the match into Golden Cap. I didn't expect it at all. I kind of thought you guys were finished in the first half, but you definitely proved that you still had more fight left in you.
Yeah. We were just having trouble coming up with some like countering strategies, and the half helped with that, but it still took a little while to work out because we didn't get it ironed out until the end of the second half, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah. But you guys still put on a good show. And again, as I had said to Bad Touch, it seems you guys have found a new scrim partner as well.
Yes, yeah. I don't know why, but for some reason, I haven't scrimmed this team and haven't scheduled with them. But we will definitely do so since we were well matched.
Yeah, it was definitely an enjoyable match to watch. Probably one of the better ones I've had. Apart from that, are there any other standout moments you think in the match? Anything that crazy plays, things you could have done better, like specifically?
Yeah, I mean, there were some crazy plays for sure. Just dotted all around with everyone. I definitely think one of our biggest detriments was getting to mid too slow. We just got shut out a lot of the time, so we had trouble finding a way around that.
Yeah, but you
Until the
definitely
second
came
half.
back with that in the second half. You had some extremely strong mids where Bad Touch didn't even have a chance to contest you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they would have adjusted if there were more rounds, but they had initially just been spamming us out in that top area
Yeah.
that we had been rolling out to because they were faster. Then we started rolling out through main instead, and they just weren't putting their spam there, so we were able to get in. But I think they could have adjusted and spammed that out and made it harder for us again.
Well, unfortunately, you guys didn't manage to take the win, but you still played amazingly. Definitely good job to you guys. You should give yourselves a pat on the back. That was definitely unexpected and kind of crazy to see the almost comeback in the end of the second half there.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, good luck in both weeks 7 and 8. I hope those go well for you, and I hope to see you guys in the playoffs.
Oh, for sure. We'll be there.
Other than that, have a great night, guys.
Thanks, you too.
And also, K-Dubs, thank you for allowing me to cast the match.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Well, that was another day, another cast. Honestly, I was completely wrong about everything that match. Completely and utterly wrong. My initial prediction was wrong, and then when I said that Zed was out of the fight, even that was completely wrong, because they damn near came back and threw it into Golden Cap, which is something I haven't ever seen. And another thing I've never seen so far in these 6 weeks of casting matches, I have never once seen a match run out of time. I have only seen matches end by hitting the 5-round score mark. So both of these teams definitely played well. Once again, I hope to see you guys in the playoffs for things about the channel. I have streams or casts. I do one guaranteed pretty much 9:30 p.m. EST on Wednesdays, which is when this cast started. That is the default match day for RGL Newcomer 6s. Throughout the week, I may also try to pick up some reschedules. You can find out when those happen by joining the Derpcast's Discord, which I believe if you type... Oh, if I can actually type Discord in the chat, that will give you the invite link to the Derpcast Discord. Again, just, follow the instructions so that I can give you the correct roles and whatnot. If you're interested in the other casts I have done, you can go over to my YouTube channel in the Derpcasts playlist. That has all the casts I've done and will continue to have all the casts I've done as that playlist grows. With all that being said, this was definitely a good match. Again, thank you to the leaders of both teams for allowing me to cast the match. And I hope you guys have a great Wednesday night and enjoy the rest of your week.